Hello everybody and welcome to another video. My name is Brandon, I'm Canadian.
And I'm Anya and I'm from Germany.
And today we are going to try UK Tim Hortons for the first time. Even though I'm Canadian, I have not had Tim Hortons for a very long time. I don't even really remember what they have for breakfast anymore, but one thing I do remember is that you used to be able to get breakfast combos just like these. And I used to get a bacon belt all the time, but since we're here in the UK, I decided to get something a little bit different that I've never seen before. I think that we had these muffin kind of sandwiches back in Canada even when I was living there, but we definitely did not have a veggie patty at the time. It has a hash brown, a vegetarian sausage, egg, cheese. And of course, you can't come to Tim Hortons without getting yourself a double-double. Let's start with that. Classic Canadian taste. Burn the shit out of my mouth just like it always does back in Canada. Yeah, delicious. And for those of you who don't know and are not Canadians, double-double is a coffee with 2 sugars and 2 creams. And that is where the name double-double comes from, 2-2. But let's move on to the sandwich now. You could choose to get brown sauce, which is a very UK thing, ketchup, or chipotle. So we went with chipotle because you definitely could not get that in Canada, as far as I know. That is absolutely delicious. This is a great way to start a day. We love McMuffins, any kind of breakfast sandwiches like this, so this is absolutely perfect. And it's pretty affordable as well, I think. Yeah, this is really, really good.
It tastes very yummy. Let me see what the sausage actually tastes like. Yeah. I like it, I like the consistency. It's kind of more chewy, maybe better than a sausage for me. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like sausage is too greasy in these sandwiches. This one seems a bit lighter. We also got a hash brown. It comes with a meal, just like in Canada. But I think it's the same hash brown they have on the sandwich. Very crispy, yummy. I'm obviously German, but I actually lived in Canada for 2.5 years as well. So I've had Tim Hortons a couple times, mostly donuts, sometimes these. What's different in Canada though is that they have all these different bagels, raisin bagels, and different types, and biscuits as well. And I think here there's only the muffin. You can't like customize as much. We do have a wrap as well, and you do get wraps in Canada. So I'm excited to see what this is like. This is a lot bigger than I thought. I thought it would be like a tiny like snack wrap.
Well, it's 4 pounds, so it better be.
It's basically the same as the sandwich, but with real sausage. And I think I like the vegetarian or vegan one better. Still good.
Again, as Ani said, I think there were some kind of breakfast wraps when I was growing up, but honestly, I think it's been 7 years since I've had breakfast at Tim Hortons in Canada. Long time. So let's see. Yeah, that's really good as well. As Ani said, I don't think there's enough sauce in here, not enough ketchup. I can barely taste it, but the sausage reminds me of a sausage from like a McMuffin at McDonald's. It has egg in here, again, hash brown, same kind of ingredients, but in a wrap form. I do also think I prefer the English muffin version, even though it's vegetarian, but this is really good too. Our next breakfast item is definitely something we do not have in Canada on the breakfast menu at Tim Hortons, and that is pancakes. They had a normal maple one, they had a Nutella one, all these other ones, but we decided to go for the bacon and maple syrup. Now, it comes with maple syrup, but it's really not maple syrup. It is not Canadian maple syrup. It says maple flavor syrup, whatever the hell that means, so it's fake. But this is really interesting. I absolutely love pancakes. It's definitely a typical breakfast in Canada, but again, not something that I've ever seen on the menu at Tim Hortons. So let's try this. It doesn't come with butter though. I got myself a bite with some pancake, maple syrup, bacon. Let's go. Delicious. It may seem weird to eat your bacon with your pancakes, but this is something I definitely did growing up. I would always put maple syrup all over my bacon, all over my pancakes, and eat them together. The salty, very sweet combo works really well. Yeah, the bacon is a little bit smoky too, so the sweet, the salty, the smoky, the mapley flavor all together works perfectly. This is an item that I wish that was in Canada, because this is really good.
It needs more syrup. And yeah, butter would be good. Pretty delicious though. The syrup and bacon together, good combo. And these pancakes are really fluffy, but I'm not really a pancake morning type of person.
Pancake evening kind of person?
Actually, in Germany, we would eat pancakes for like dinner or lunch.
Does this pass for Timmy's breakfast?
I mean, I think it does. I wouldn't normally get a lot of these things back in Canada. I would get my bacon belt, but everything was really good. That is not it for this video because we are actually here at the turning point for lunch, and now we're going to try some of the lunch/dinner items. So let's see what they have. It is now time for lunch/dinner time, so we got ourselves a few different items. We're gonna start with some drinks, and this is a classic for me. This is a Tim Hortons Iced Capp, or iced cappuccino. Now, these definitely do not taste very strongly of coffee. Here, you could order a bunch of different types of flavors as well. We tried to get this maple popcorn variety that they had, but they were out. So I guess we got a caramel one instead.
Caramel maple.
Caramel maple. Oh, that's not so bad. In Canada, I used to get this made with chocolate milk. You could get it made with whole milk, chocolate milk, all these other things. It was a go-to, especially in the hot summer days. Let's see if it compares. That is shockingly sweet. Way sweeter than I would ever order it. Usually they have like one of those pump kind of syrup things and you can tell them to put in less, and I always would. But since we did this on a machine, totally forgot to do this. This is sweet as hell. It's because of that maple kind of caramel pump that they put in. Doesn't even taste like coffee at all anymore, so I'm sure Ani's gonna love it.
You could actually add a espresso shot to this, and I told Brandon maybe you have to do that to make it like a coffee.
Now I wish I had.
It's delicious, yeah, but it does have coffee, so you're right. It still tastes like a cappuccino, but very, very caramelly. I don't think I taste maple though. I feel like this would be my way to start drinking coffee.
Gateway drug into coffee.
Yeah, it's so good. I think I could drink the whole thing. Another thing they have here is these cooler drinks, which I guess are like slushies. We got a Coca-Cola one or a cola one. They had some other flavors, but I think they were out. And I don't think this is a thing in Canada.
Everybody will have to correct us if we're wrong because it's been a while.
It tastes like a iced lolly that's like Coca-Cola flavor. Refreshing. And maybe better than just like getting a fountain soda. Yeah.
So some items that were particularly strange were the fact that they have burgers and fries here. That is definitely not something I grew up with in Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons is a coffee shop, so seeing burgers and fries on the menu is absolutely bizarre to me. We decided to get the double cheeseburger. It's wrapped up in tinfoil, kind of like you'd get at like Five Guys or like A&W in Canada, so I found that very strange. We also got some dipping sauces with it. All right, let's see how it is, I guess. I mean, certainly not bad for a fast food burger. It's quite good actually. It has like pickles on it, it's got onions, all these different types of things. I do think that the price is a little bit expensive though, because this is not that big of a burger, and I think it's, what, over £5? Something like that?
Yeah, the meal is $7 something.
Yeah, that's pretty expensive considering you can go to McDonald's and get something for much cheaper, but it's definitely still worth a try. Let's have a drink of this Coke Slush. Yeah, that's good. This would be good on a summer day. I'll also try one of these crinkle cut, we call them waffle fries in Canada. There's a couple different names for them though. And I'm gonna dip it into this sweet chili sauce. Not bad at all, really fluffy. A little bit crispy, but also a little bit soggy at the same time. Not the best fast food chips, but they'll do. But overall, this is very interesting and I'm very glad that we tried it because definitely nothing I'd find in Canada.
This looks interesting. It doesn't look like a McDonald's burger or anything like that. It's pretty good. It tastes like real meat, I think, right? Yeah, in Canada, they don't have this at all. I think the items they have for like lunch and things like that is like more sandwiches or like maybe paninis or something like that, but not burgers and not fries. Let me see these.
I was gonna try the Chipotle.
Yeah, very potatoey, which is not my favorite. Unfortunately, I'm quite a McDonald's fry fan, but these taste like real potatoes, so they're probably better for you. You can have like bacon on this burger, and I guess a triple burger, I think. And then they also have some chicken sandwiches. And they have a savor menu where they have a snack wrap and hamburger and cheeseburger, so that's very like McDonald's, like where they also have those like cheaper items. So it's very interesting. I feel like they're trying to merge the coffee shop with the fast food here in the UK, and that's completely different. And I've noticed that Tim Hortons is quite different around the world in general, because we've gone in Spain and there they have more like fancy sandwiches, like with fancy bread and like some fried chicken on it. And I don't know, it's like completely different as well. So interesting.
Now I'm gonna try these chicken tenders. As Ani said, you can get these in a sandwich, in a wrap. So we decided to just get them straight up as it is in a 2-pack, which was a little bit cheaper. It was like almost £3, something like that, rather than like 5. See. Yeah, these aren't bad at all. These do kind of remind me of the chicken strips, chicken tenders that we had at McDonald's. They're quite peppery, really crunchy, tender chicken. As I said, I really like that they have these additions on the UK menu. It's a little bit strange. Maybe I wouldn't necessarily come here for fast food like this, but it's cool that it's on here.
Very crispy. Good, but since you mentioned McDonald's, I think the McDonald's ones were way better. These ones are good, okay. I feel like the chicken is a bit like mushy or something. It doesn't feel like real chicken necessarily, although it does look like it. I don't know. It's okay. I think they're expensive though for two.
Yeah.
So now we're moving on to the baked goods, which I assume is the main reason you come to Tim Hortons, or at least in Canada technically, is coffee and donuts. And we are starting with the Timbits, which are the donut holes. They're called Timbits at Tim Hortons. And we chose all 7 different ones they had here. They had honey cruller, which is my favorite, always been my favorite donut, chocolate, birthday cake, apple pie, apple fritter, normal glazed, honey dip, I think. Let's see. I almost ate the whole thing and then I remembered that I have to share with Brandon. The honey cruller is like really doughy on the inside and airy. I love it. Tastes the same, I would say. Maybe even better, because last time I had one in Canada, it wasn't that good. Let's try a different one. They actually gave us 2 chocolate ones because they were nice, I suppose. These ones are a lot bigger. Very cakey, actually. Pretty good. I think these taste the same.
All right, now I'm gonna try 2. One of my favorite full donuts always used to be the apple fritter. They also have that here, but since we could order it in the little Timbit form, we decided to go for that. Delicious. This is actually the other apple one, but it tastes like an apple fritter, but with a little bit of cream inside. I don't think we have this in Canada. Could be wrong, but really good. Also, birthday cake, covered in sprinkles. This one is essentially an old-fashioned donut, but with sprinkles all over it. These definitely taste exactly how I remember them. This is a childhood thing for me. Every kid in Canada growing up would get Tim Hortons and get Timbits, because it's a perfect little bite-sized snack if you're a kid or an adult. Of course, we had to get some classic donuts when we came to Tim Hortons, and this one is a Boston cream. This is one that I think is probably one of the most popular donuts at Tim Hortons. Many people get this. I think it's my mom's favorite donut as well. It's basically just a chocolate glazed donut, a plain one with custard on the inside. All right, let's just rip it open. Look at all that cream. Yeah, this is one that I would go for sometimes. It's not my absolute favorite, but it's still really good. Yeah, this is really good. Tastes exactly how I remember as well. Very classic Tim Hortons taste. As I said, not my favorite, but still really delicious.
I feel like there's not that much custard in there. I didn't get that much. It's okay, but I have to say, the donut is not as fluffy and fresh tasting as, for example, like the Greg's one we recently had.
Yeah, it's not.
Like if I got this at the grocery store, I don't know, I would be like, yeah, that's from the grocery store, but it's not from the grocery store, it's from Tim Hortons, the donut shop. So I think it should be a bit better. But I did notice as well, because we already mentioned that the Tim Hortons here is obviously a bit more like fast foody. The donut selection is way more slim here. In Canada, there's way more choices, and here, I think there's only like 8 or something like that. It's interesting to see as well the tiny little section of the donuts, when in Canada you have just like this big window thing. Now the final star, which is the Canadian maple donut. It smells so mapley. When I took it out of the bag, I was like, whoa. And my first donut I ever had at Tim Hortons was a maple one. I got it at the airport and it was divine. So let's see. So far I have nothing in there. Oh, it's like a custard. Should I rip it too? Oh.
There we go.
Let's see if this custard is different. I hope so. I think it's the same. I think it's just vanilla custard.
I don't even remember the maple donut being filled with anything.
I think in Canada they only have the normal ring-shaped one with maple. And the maple, I think there's a bit more like shiny and stuff too. Like this one is very matte looking. I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, this one is also like not fluffy and moist enough. I don't know. I would give these donuts like a 7 out of 10, maybe 6.9.
I think 6.
6.5, I don't know. Step up on your donut game, Tim Hortons UK.
Yeah, the maple's pretty good, but I have to agree. I think that the donuts are just okay. The Timbits were really good, actually.
Yeah.
But as far as the donut game, not the best. But overall, Everything was really good, and I'm really happy that we came here and tried out this unique menu because it's quite different than back home. Some hits, some misses. Definitely would come back though and try some of the other strange things on the menu.
Are you a happy Canadian?
I am. So, cheers.
Eh?
Oh, Canada. Just kidding. Goodbye.
Overall, I think Tim Hortons in UK is pretty good. I think if you come here, you should mostly try the Timbits and the breakfast. That was the best part. When it comes to burgers, I think you can like go to other places, and also they're a bit overpriced for a burger. You can get them cheaper. And like I said before, the donuts need to be a bit better in the future. So if you're watching this Tim Hortons UK, improve.
Final verdict from a Canadian, is it better than Tim Hortons in Canada? Definitely not. You need to go to Canada to have the real thing, but it's still a good substitute, especially if you're a Canadian living in the UK. It's definitely that taste of nostalgia, taste of home. If you like this video, we have many more other videos in the UK trying random fast food and snacks and other things like that. So check those out. And also, if you did like this, please give it a like, write us a comment, and by far, the most important thing is to hit that subscribe button because there's plenty more where this came from. But that is it for now. See you all in the next one. Bye.